Hello, my future pharmacy technicians. Welcome back to another lesson of Pharmacy Tech Study Guide. I'm your pharmacist Sidra, and today I'm going to talk about the reference sources that you can use to get medication information. So let's be real, guys. There is a lot of drug information out there, and no one can remember it all. Sometimes I wish our brains were like those sponges and can not only absorb but also keep up with all the appropriate information. But that's not true. So, since that's not the case, we should know what are some of the good drug information sources that we can refer to should we need to know information on the medications. But the question is, why as a pharmacy technician, you need to know the drug reference sources because you're not going to be providing consultation. But remember, you can help pharmacists look up the needed information. Also, you can look up these sources if you have any questions about your pharmacy practice. So having said that, it is important to be able to choose the most appropriate and specific resources based on the type of information needed. There is so much information out there. Not all the information is good information. So you should know the authentic sources that you can refer to get the necessary information. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to share the most widely used and the most important medication resources. This is going to be a comprehensive list that should provide you basic understanding for getting the license. It's not a complete list, but basically will give you the idea. I'm going to share my cheat sheet that I basically use to help remember these drug resources, and hopefully it will help you remember as well. I like to categorize these reference sources because otherwise it is so much information and so many different books and sources which get all confused in the end. So for this video, I have categorized the most important ones for you. So do look out on the side panel of this video as we go. And for now, without further delay, let's jump into category 1 of these reference sources. And category 1 talks about general drug information. All right, so here is the list of the common resources that you can use to get general drug information. So basically, if you need any general information, this is the list of the reference sources you want to refer to. The first one in this list is a package insert or a monograph. This is basically a document that is included in the package of the medication that provides information about that drug and its use. And for prescription medications, the insert is technical, provides all the information for medical professionals about how to prescribe the medication, side effects, warning, dosage, contraindications, and its clinical pharmacology, which includes absorption, metabolism, and elimination. Now, there is a patient package insert as well, which is a little different. And this is a package insert in a way for patients, right? So it's going to have information written in plain, easy to understand language for your end user or customer. So package inserts and the monographs are the most common resources for your drug information. And basically, FDA requires the manufacturers to have package insert with all the pharmaceutical products. And just as an FYI, they can be found in the physician's desk reference as well, which is the next one in the list. Physician's desk reference, also called PDR, is another great medication reference source as it provides the FDA regulated information about prescription drugs. Now, although this book is mainly designed for physician's office use, yet many pharmacies keep a copy of PDR, and it's not only available as a physical hard copy, but it's also available online at this website. All right, so next I want to talk about Medication Guide. This is an easy source to get drug information. Medication Guide is a paper handout that comes with many prescription medications, specifically with those medications which have like severe warnings, side effects, or special black box warnings. By law, it's actually required that pharmacists put medication guide with all of those prescriptions, be it new prescription, refill, whatever. This is for patient information, but it's a great resource for you guys as well, for technicians. If you ever want to look up any medication information, that's a great resource. Easily available, easy to understand. Medication guides are reliable because they contain FDA approved information, which would help patients to avoid any adverse events. It basically gives the information about the medication, like its uses, side effects, warnings, what to expect, just so patient has all that information, and should any of that adverse reaction or side effect occurs, patient knows that it's not a new health condition that they're getting. It is basically the side effect or adverse reaction from the medication. All right, so next up is Drug Facts and Comparison. This book is very, very important. It is published by Wolters Kluwer, is how I pronounce it. But anyways, it contains monographs of over 22,000 prescription medications and 600 over-the-counter products. Now, this book is a great source to identify drug ID or drug identification. Meaning, if in the online version of this book, you type in the color, shape, and marking on the tablet, it will tell you the name of the medication, the company who manufactured it. Pretty cool, huh? It is also used to compare medications in the same therapeutic class, very commonly used. I actually refer to it on my daily basis because this book is basically saved in the pharmacy database. So it's very easy, very handy tool. Anytime I need to get any information about a particular medication or anything, I just refer to this book. All right, so the next two great resources to get drug information are Micromedex and Lexicon. They are evidence-based, multi-database drug search engine that provide summary and in-depth information of drugs, both prescription and over-the-counter commercial products. Now, they also provide patient counseling tools for medications, like the procedures and how to use the medications, like conditions. So in general, we have three main special populations: your pediatrics or neonatals, like infants, your elderly people, and those who are pregnant or are breastfeeding. Now, if you need a reference for dosing medications for children or pediatrics and neonatals, the Pediatric and Neonatal Dosage Handbook is a great source. So really finding appropriate medication or appropriate dosage for children is very challenging because their system is not fully developed, and often we want to find out whether a medication can be crushed or what taste or flavor a certain medication is available in, because those are some challenges that parents face when giving medication to children. So as a pharmacist, we should be able to help out these parents. So in general, this book is a great source for getting all that good information in regards to pediatrics. All right, so next up we have is the Geriatric Dosage Handbook. This book basically gives the information about the medications for elderly, like the dosage form and the dosing and routes of administration, things like that. Again, elderly population is another challenging group because when we get old, our system tends to weaken. We have other issues like maybe a liver issue or kidney issues and things like that. So in that case, we have to make sure that we are not giving like a high dosage, which the body of an elderly is not able to metabolize enough, or since their liver or kidneys are not strong enough, if we give them the regular normal dose that we give to an average adult, it may cause harmful or toxic effect in elderly because, like I said, their system is not as good as when they were young. So this book basically is the most useful reference for dosing medications for the elderly population. And then lastly, we have the book source for pregnant and nursing women. It talks about the special dosing recommendations for pregnant women and for women who are lactating or breastfeeding. Because of course, when you are pregnant and breastfeeding and then you medicate yourself, you're not just getting the effect of the medication yourself, but also a lot of these medications cross the placenta and reach your unborn baby or sometimes the medication release in the breast milk and they get to the baby as well. So in that case, we have to be super careful for this category of patients, because we don't want to harm that unborn baby or an infant who is getting medication from the mother. If you want to find out the IV stability, compatibility, or want to know how you can do the sterile compounding, then refer to the Handbook of Injectables, or you can also use the Thistle's Handbook of Injectables. King's Guide is another great book. And when you are compounding IV preparations, it is very, 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 very important to know beyond use dates. Short form is BUD. Basically, it is the date and time after which a compounded sterile preparation or a compounded non-sterile preparation is no longer good and cannot be used after that date. Okay, so these dates are basically calculated from the date or time of compounding. So you should know the beyond use date of whatever sterile product you have compounded, and the best source to find out that information is Chapter 797 of US Pharmacopoeia National Formulary. Short form is USPNF. Very, 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 very commonly used resource. And just an FYI, if you are compounding non-sterile products, then the best source to find out the beyond use date is Chapter 795 of US Pharmacopoeia National Formulary. So again, a reminder, Chapter 797 is to find out the beyond use date of sterile products, and Chapter 795 is for the beyond use dates of non-sterile formulations that you've compounded. Now, a patient or healthcare provider should report any adverse drug events if they had a significant outcome, such as if they have to go to the hospital as a result of the medication patient took, or if patient had to stop taking the medication because of a severe adverse event. Now, such adverse events should be reported to FDA so they can ensure products safety depending on the information that they have received or depending on the data they have found. And based on that, FDA may decide to update the drug's patient package insert or labeling, maybe place restrictions on the drug's distribution, and even withdraw the drug from the market. See, your feedback in regards to the adverse events to FDA is super important because they're basically analyzing that data. So adverse drug events must be reported to FDA, and they have the FDA's MedWatch program. This is the website for that, or you can just simply call them on the number on screen. I'll put it up. The FDA Adverse Event Reporting System. The short form for this program that they have is FAERS. Okay. There is another place where you can anonymously report adverse drug events, and that is MedMarks, this one on the screen. In fact, this is the largest registry of adverse drug events in United States. You basically subscribe to this website, and then you can analyze the data from this website, which is this one right here. And then as a provider, you can basically use that data to improve safety and prevent medication errors, because when you're working in the medical field, it is best to learn from mistakes of others rather than making mistakes yourself, right? Now, if you would like to report any adverse reaction to vaccine, then it can be reported to either FDA or CDC website via their Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. And the short form for that is VAERS. And I'll put the link of the website at the bottom of the page somewhere. I'll also put it in the description for you, so you can just click the link and kind of get an idea of how it works. All the adverse reactions that you report are anonymous, like your name will not be included. So just, feel free to do that, because you're basically helping FDA and you're helping CDC to quality control the medication. Okay, so when it comes to pharmaceutics and pharmacy information, this list is a great reference source, and not only just for pharmacy, but also pharmacology. Now, I do want to let you know about pharmacology a little bit. Pharmacology is basically the branch of medicine concerned with the uses, side effects, mode of action of the drugs. These books basically talk about pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. I think I spoke like a foreign language for a little bit, but let me explain you these terms a little bit. Pharmacokinetics, meaning how the drug moves in the body, and pharmacodynamics is the study of what a drug does to the body. So of all these books, Goodman and Gilman is best of all. This book basically has the reputation of Bible of pharmacology. So if I were to remember just one book in this category, I would definitely remember this book. Now, since prescription drugs represent only a fraction of medications in the market, therefore, we must take into consideration over-the-counter or non-prescription herbal or homeopathic medications. So, if you need information on any of these, then you must refer to Handbook of Non-Prescription Drugs. As the name indicates, this book is going to talk about all the non-prescription medications, your over-the-counter, herbal, homeopathic, any of these medications. And this book is an authentic and great resource because it is published by American Pharmacists Association, APHA, and is available in printed and online editions. Okay, so pharmaceutics is the science of preparing, using, or dispensing medicines. It basically encompasses drug formulation and manufacturing. So, if you need to know any information in regards to pharmaceutics, then you should refer to these books. The Merck Index in this list is very important. It focuses on the chemical nature and structure of the compounds from which we can make medications. Another very important source in this list is Remington. This book basically has all the information about the science and practice of pharmacy, so do remember this name as well. So if you want to find out about the interactions of the medications, Micromedex is a great source. It is available as an online source and mobile app. It provides evidence-based information on not only drug-drug interactions, but also drug-food interactions, drug-alcohol interactions, drug and tobacco interactions, which are really big ones. So in short, if you need any information about interactions of certain medications, then this is the book you want to refer to. Very important name, you don't want to forget it, okay? If you need information on drugs and medications that are not just available in US, but throughout the world, then you want to refer to Martindale. This is a complete drug reference guide. It has the monographs on investigational drugs, vitamins, vaccines, disinfectants, pesticides, herbal medications, veterinary medications, and much more. Okay, so this is the most fun category, my favorite, in which the colors of the book is a distinguishing factor of the book. So in this category, as you can see, we have red, purple, pink, and orange books. These colors have specific meanings, like orange book indicates if generic is therapeutically equivalent to the brand. Similarly, purple book has the list of biological products, including any biosimilar and interchangeable biological products. Red book is a useful resource to determine price of the medications. You can check if a certain drug is available in the market in a certain dosage form, strength, or packet size. Then we have the yellow book. This is the CDC's reference book for healthcare professionals who advise international travelers about health risks. Then we have the pink book. This is also a CDC's book, which has information about the epidemiology and prevention of vaccine preventable diseases. This book is actually published every 2 years and is available on CDC's website in case you want to look it up. Then we have the pink sheet, which is the biopharma industry's go-to source for business. The pink sheet basically gives the critical insights and implications of worldwide pharma industries. Okay, so last but not the least, I want to talk a little bit about the websites and online drug reference sources. So really, with the advancement in technology and increase in connectivity, the use of electronic and web-based references is increasing day by day, right? And because literally now you can look up anything on the go via mobile app or website. But remember, not all the information on internet is credible. So it's very, very important for you to know the authentic websites for drug references. And as a general rule of thumb, websites that end with .gov, .edu, or .org are considered to provide more reliable and objective information for reference purpose. Like some of the websites that I'm going to list on the screen. This is the list of government websites. These are authentic for getting medication information. And here are some other websites as well. These also provide valuable drug information. And lastly, another excellent source for drug information and resources are journals and magazines like Pharmacy Times, US Pharmacist, Today's Technician, Drug Topics, and similar magazines. Now, as a general rule, I would say such journals are considered to be reliable source of information as they are scholarly written, peer-reviewed publications, and these publications focus on most recent clinical data and evidence. All right, so that concludes today's lesson. I hope now you know what are the most useful medication information resources and references. Don't forget to browse on these resources on internet so you kind of get a hands-on experience on what each of these references look like. Because many of these references provide valuable information about pharmacy technician profession. They are useful resources for not only technicians who wish to enter in the field, but also for those who want to improve their skills. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comments or email me, and I'll see you guys next time with another informative topic. Until next time, take care. Bye.